This is odd. This should be here. And this, that's not, it should be this one. Oh my goodness, that's really close up. Woohoo. All right, but at least you'll be able to see what everybody else is seeing. So, hey, it's Thursday night, and on Thursday nights, we like to art with my besties. I'm telling you guys, we may have to bump this back to 7. What do you guys think if we bump this back to 7 going forwards? Because I'm telling you, from the day job running here like this, I broke a few laws, and then I got home, and I barely went potty. I had to fix my dentures, and it's time to stream, and I'm running late. I haven't fully set up. We may have to bump this. I made you jump. We may have to bump this back to 7. That camera is really nice, but that's a really close-up picture. Let's zoom that out just a little bit. That way you can see the.
Oh, it's clear.
You can, yeah. It's a nice camera. It really is a nice camera. Even Pamela commented on it the other day. She's telling me how fantastic that picture is. And I like it too. If I'd have known, I could have had that. That's a Mexico camera. Bought it off of Amazon. It's like, I don't know, $30. It's fantastic. It's got a beautiful picture. It doesn't lag. There's no fuzziness to it. It's got great color. I'm proud of it. Mexico. I think, yeah, if you guys don't mind, I think we're going to switch to 7 o'clock going forward, because it's really difficult to get here from the day job and start at 6:30 without losing my teeth. So how is everybody? Oh my goodness. I barely had time to warm up my coffee. I walk in the door, I pour the coffee in the coffee pot, in the coffee cup. I put the cup in the microwave. I come in here and I set up the lights, and I get the water and everything going. And then I go and I get the coffee out of the microwave. I put all my fixings in it. Might be rum, I'm not saying. Put all my fixings in it. We don't have to watch my face. You don't have to stare at my face. You can see what I'm doing. You can watch me prep this. I tell you what though, let's get those watercolors juicy. What?
No, I'll do it. Here you go.
Oh, poor Ivy is still really sick. Hey, Corn Dog. Corn Dog's in the vertical. We got Pamela and Rick. Pamela's awake this time. She wasn't quite awake this morning. We all decided, Pamela, this morning that you were the smart one for sleeping in. I do a stream every morning at 5:30. For those of you who are not awake in the mornings, I do a stream every morning at 5:30 where I pull a random object from a Random Object Randomogrifier, a toy from a toy box. And I draw it and I talk about it. And I do that every day at 5:30 in the morning. So you want to set that notification bell so you don't miss any of them. But Pamela and Rick and Ivy are regulars to that program as well. They're in the horizontal chat. They're regulars to that program as well. And this morning we got wind that Pamela was sleeping in. And we all thought that was brilliant. We all should have done it. It was the perfect weather for it.
Corn Dog said he'll join tomorrow.
Oh, cool, Corn Dog. Welcome. We'll look forward to it. We're drawing a snail tonight. But, tonight we don't, subtle hint, we don't do like in the mornings. We talk all kinds of scientific facts and history and nature. But on the evening programs, it's really just arting with my besties. So I decided, was it the little girl? One of the kids asked for a snail. Or maybe I just wanted to draw a snail. I haven't done a snail in a couple of weeks.
I think you asked for a snail.
You think it was me this time?
Yeah, I think it was you.
Yeah, that's possible. I love drawing snails. I don't
I
know.
like this.
I don't really know why. It's not the one I sent you earlier.
It's not.
No. That was the Wikipedia page. I'm not a big Wikipedia fan. Those images are not copyright free. This image is copyright free because I use Unsplash. Unsplash or Usplash? I think it's Usplash. I use Usplash so that the photographers will get paid for their images. Or at least they will give permission to use their images. And I'm not just using an image. Even if they're not at the point where they're getting paid, I'm not using their image without them giving permission. I should figure out who the photographer was. From now on, when I do this, I'll let you know who the photographer was. I'll put a link in the description of this video. When I'm done, I'll go back and find out who the photographer was and put their link in, so that you can go say, "Hey, Blade did this," and he gave you a shout out. It was a great picture. We may indeed not keep things rated family friendly. What are we talking about? The evening show is a free for all. Yeah, the evening show. Yeah, the morning show we kind of keep it family friendly, because I think there are classrooms that show my video. I know of at least one that often shows my videos in her classroom. And it's like the sexiest art teacher I've ever met. And she sometimes shows the videos to the classroom. But we try to keep the morning show family friendly. The evening show, PG-13, NC-17, somewhere around there. It's not really a priority to keep it. They're not going to have any cursing or nudity or anything like. Well, I can't guarantee that. I've got rum in my coffee. Who knows how much nudity there will be later. Can't have too much nudity, though. We've got Christmas music playing.
The Frenches want you to send the link for the camera.
Who? The Frenches?
Yeah, right.
It's a Nexigo. November Echo X-Ray India Golf Oscar. I got it on Amazon. Nexigo. November Echo X-Ray India Golf Oscar. And I got it off of Amazon. And I think it was $30. It might have been 40. I'm not real sure. If it was more than 40, do not tell my wife, because I told my wife it was 30. Nobody.
Corn Dog wants to know what your favorite type of art is.
What you mean, to look at or to draw or medium? We have to define that, because if you're talking about my favorite type of art to look at, I actually prefer marble sculpture. I'm absolute awe of marble sculpture, but I've never attempted sculpture on that scale. But I'm in absolute awe of marble sculpture. But if you're talking about medium, I'm torn between watercolor and acrylic. And then if you're talking about subject matter, I like the creepy nature. Snails, frogs, sharks, scorpions. I like the creepy nature. I share that trait with my friend Bill Flowers and his beautiful bride Jennifer. Bill Flowers is the snake artist from Australia, and that is why we are friends, is because we both share a fascination. That is how we became friends. Let me rephrase that. That we share a fascination with the creepy stuff, with the animals that most people don't find attractive. We find attractive.
Ivy says pinups.
I do like to do pinups. I enjoy doing pinups. I can't deny enjoying doing pinups. I'm actually involved in February right now. Every February, there's a group called Croquis Cafe that does. See, this is when I would come back with ink. This is the part right here on the morning show where I would come in with ink and say, "That's enough pencil. I'm done with that. We're moving on to ink." But in the evening show, I like the first painting to be just watercolor without so much illustrative effect. We will do an illustration the second half of the show where I will use the watercolors. But right now, that is not what we're doing. And I want to jump straight into the ink.
Says anything with redheads.
Anything with redheads. You know what? And the funny thing about it is every time I paint a pinup, regardless of what she actually looks like, I always give her red hair. Always. Always. This is my favorite part of the whole process, is when I get to shade this part. I've probably never told anybody this. This is one of the best kept secrets of this whole show, and I'm revealing it now. I'm revealing it now because I trust you guys with this secret about how much I enjoy the shading part of the painting. The shading part is when it moves from being lines on a page to being a multidimensional image. And I just love it so much. And I'm sorry if you're just discovering this for the first time. I've been in the closet for forever on this matter. I know we've been friends for a long time. Ivy, Pamela, Rick. I know we've been friends for a very long time, and I feel a little guilty for having never told you before how much I enjoy the shading part of it. But I just can't remain in the closet on this matter any longer. This is the part to me that makes the whole painting exciting, because it turns it from lines on a page to a multidimensional snail. And I just love it so much. He says, I don't know if I can keep this secret. It's just too much. It's just too much to keep for myself. You just want to shout it from the rooftops about how I've come out of the closet, about how I like shading the paintings. She says, I may get over this on one day, but for now, Pamela says, I may get over this one day, but for now, we are limited speaking arrangements. She's only speaking to me online for now because of the fact that I didn't reveal this to her earlier. And I'm sorry, Pamela. I can only say I'm sorry. How long do you think it takes newcomers to realize that that is a running gag? You ever wonder if the newcomers just think, this guy's crazy? I just wonder, sometimes I just wonder if the newcomers are always like, what is he doing? What are they talking about? How does everybody know this joke? Well, I've got another little surprise. This is a running gag. This is what's known as in the industry as a running gag. That's too much. It's too much pigment. There we go. Or the children are outside playing. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. I just love it so much. It just adds so much. Sometimes I think you could just stop right there. Sometimes I think you could just stop right there and call it a print. Let me dry it, and then we can start adding some color to it. Maybe the button will work. Pamela says she's still trying to explain to Rick the running gag and how I'm not crazy. I'm not sure. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if we're truly being honest with this, it's not. This is not why I'm crazy. This does not mean that I'm not crazy. This is just not why you would consider me crazy. I have plenty of crazy in my life. Let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start with, man, if we were doing this on the morning show, I've got the yellow ochre ready in my head. I can see the yellow ochre, I can see the crimson, I can see the vermilion. But we are not using the morning colors. We are using the College Fund art supplies today. And the College Fund art supplies are not muted like that. So I have to wrap my head around what colors to play with. And am I really ready to move to a smaller brush? I don't know that I am ready to move to a smaller brush, but I think that I am still going to start with some yellow ochre. I don't have, yeah, I do. Sure enough, I do. I was going to say I don't have a good yellow ochre in the College Fund, but I do have a good yellow ochre. It just has blue in it. And I need to get the blue out of there. The blue has seeped into it. I thought that it was odd because yellow ochre is like my magic color. I have on my College Fund art supplies over here, I have the colors separated. I have a spectrum of warm colors and then a spectrum of cool colors, and I have them on opposite sides of the palette so that they don't mix. What, Mother?
I wonder how many people are going to try to look at college fund art supplies.
I call them the college fund art supplies because we tease my daughter about using her college fund to pay for these watercolors. They're not the top of the line watercolors. They're Winsor and Newton. I'm not a big fan of spending money just for the sake of spending money when it comes to art supplies. I believe, especially with the modern techniques where we're making prints. You know, we're going to paint something and we're going to make a print out of it, and the print we're going to make is the only thing that's got to be archival. We don't have to worry about whether or not the original is archival. We have to worry about whether the prints are archival. And when you think about it in those terms, you really don't need to spend. You could use the Crayola arts, the Crayola watercolors that you get at Walmart for 99 cents. There's no reason not to. But these things have such amazing pigment. They really do just have amazing pigment. I'm going to get a little vermilion and a little crimson together.
Oh, my quiet corner. Hi, everyone. First time here.
Hi, my quiet corner. Welcome to the excitement. You came just in time to hear me say that I can't talk because I'm arting. Because I am trying to stay within the lines with this great big huge honking brush. There is no reason for this. I do not have to use this great big honking brush right now. I could switch to a smaller brush. Right now I'm just trying to get in some big block colors before I lose the. I used a peach colored watercolor pencil to sketch in the snail, and so I want to make sure that I block in the big colors before I lose that pencil mark. So I just want to make sure that I have everything in place before we get to the point where I can no longer see the pencils.
I see that painting disappearing.
Who's going to steal this one?
Be a toss-up.
Yeah? You think it's going to be a kid, or you think it's going to be a kid or one of my parents?
Yes, it. Heidi has that exact same palette. It's her favorite palette of all time.
The palette where the reds, the cools are on one side and the warms on the other, or the palette of the plastic piece that I have the paints in.
Hey.
Huh?
There's a new person on the vertical.
I just see corn dog.
Nope. Going down.
I can't go down.
Facial button.
You know what? I think I have mine set to top chat instead of live chat. Basil butt. Hey, Basil butt. I got it fixed. I can see you now. Sorry. I almost missed you. My mom runs the chat because I cannot run the chat and paint at the same time. I can barely talk and paint at the same time. It's funny how that works. Let's have a little purple down here on the bottom to balance out that red and green. But I don't want it too purple. Probably want some yellow across there. That's exactly what I did not want, but we can solve that problem. It's okay. I'm going to come back with some heavy crimson on the mushroom itself, so we won't lose the mushroom. We're just blocking in colors now.
Emma says you can.
She can what?
Oh. Walking art.
I cannot. I cannot talk and art at the same time. No. The answer to that question is no. Not even going to pretend. But I tell you what I do want to do. Now that I have those colors blocked in, I want to dry that so that I don't move them around. Let's see if the button works. It's not. I've got to figure out why my button doesn't work. I have a button over here that's supposed to cut off the mic and turn the hairdryer on and start the dancing scene. And it is not working. It is starting the dancing scene and is cutting off the mic, but it is not turning on the radio, turning on the hairdryer. I will have to figure that out because that is an issue. That is a real issue. I'm not quite ready to move to the smaller brush yet, so I'm going to get some, I don't know, I think this is a navy blue. I'm not real sure. It's not Payne's gray, but I think it's a navy blue. And I'm going to come in here with just a little bit right here. Like that. And then I'm going to add that stripe in, and I'm going to add that stripe in, I think it should be darker. That, and then I need a smaller one right there. That's not very small, but it'll work. And then I'm going to lean into the yellow here. For that snail. Before I get too carried away with everything else, I want to make sure I get that yellow on there, because otherwise Ivy will be freaking out. And Ivy doesn't feel well, so I can't have Ivy freaking out. Now let's see what we can do about that crimson on that mushroom. Get some vermilion, get some crimson. That would give me a nice bright fire engine red. There's my baby girl. Hi, baby girl.
Grandma says she puts magnets on her favorite half pans and puts them in an old box of chocolate. Works great.
Puts magnets on her favorite half pans and puts them in an old box of chocolate. Oh yeah. I got you. Put the magnet on the bottom and let the magnet hold it into the chocolate tin. Yeah. Yes, it's a snail on a mushroom.
I told you.
My mother was just talking about how this painting is not going to survive. Hand me the salt. We're going to need some salt for this.
You want to open?
Yes, please.
Little or big?
Little, because if you pour big, you just put a big pile of salt. You want to do it?
Go to. I'll distract you. Take it.
You can call her by name. She's an adult now. She has her own website. She has her own Instagram where she does crochet and pottery.
Well, I don't know pottery one. But I do have crochet and I have books.
She crochets and she does books. Okay, let me have that set. Thank you.
Here.
Perfection. She's a marshmallow. She's freezing to death.
It's cold. This is cold.
Look at this.
Right, Ivy.
It's 65, almost 70 degrees outside.
It's cold in the house. It's colder in the house than it is outside. It's cold.
Craziness. You're crazy. What did Ivy say?
You're jealous that I'm pink.
Ivy says no, she's forever girl too.
Yeah.
We started that 100 years ago.
Call me old.
we started that by saying that we weren't going to use her name on the internet because when she would chat, I don't know if you remember, she would sit there and she would sing and she would chat and she would just chatter away and she would tell us about her day and she would talk about all of her friends at school and we had to tell her, no names on the internet.
Yeah, I'm still a yapper, but I'm a little better now.
Yeah. I don't know if that's better. I kind of like you being a yapper.
Yeah, I saw a frog today.
That's nice, baby.
Yes.
Never mind, it was a rock.
That was serious business. I swore it was an armadillo.
So I took her to work one time, and while she was at work, with me, I gave her a radio, a walkie-talkie,
Be free.
and I said, "Go outside and play. Go look for armadillos." And so she went out to the ditch out front of the shop. What were you, 6?
Oh, I was tiny.
Yeah, she was young.
Like the walkie-talkie was as big as me.
Yeah. And she goes outside and she's radioing me. Daddy, 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 Daddy. Yes, baby. Daddy, I saw an armadillo. Really, baby? Wait, no, it's a rock.
Now it's some dirt, because he was like, yeah, they're brown. And I was like, okay. I'm sorry, look for him.
Rocco is a rock.
He doesn't give it to me. And then sometimes the occasional breathe would come across.
Yeah. She'd start talking, and I'd have to tell her, you got to breathe, baby. Sometimes you got to stop and breathe, sweetheart. You got to stop and breathe, sweetie.
He still says
If
that.
you don't breathe, you're going to die. I still say that to her.
Your baby.
You know why?
So, yeah, but
'Cause-
he doesn't.
Because he's stoic like me.
No, he's not.
He doesn't yap.
I can show you. Yes, he does.
I'm sure he does not.
He talks.
Well, and the
a
other thing
lot.
is it's not really true about me.
So, he talks a lot. Arguably, probably more than me. I just
Well,
and
No.
don't push it.
Don't push it.
No, it does.
Yeah, no.
Okay, clearly you have never stayed up super late with him.
He does not talk more than you. I tell you,
he's not talking now.
I tell you what. Is he still asleep? He didn't go to Scouts?
I don't even think Mom's home.
She went to Scouts because she had to go pick up
Oh, I
Preston.
had no idea.
Yeah.
Nobody called me or nothing. I was upstairs.
She had to
He's
go.
asleep on the
She had to
couch.
go pick up one of the other Scouts and take him. One of the.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh well. The baby's asleep. I was upstairs doing book stuff.
Is he asleep?
Yeah, he's asleep on the couch.
He's super
I
cute.
bet so.
That kid.
That poor baby.
That kid is in JROTC for the Air Force. He doesn't want to be in the Air Force. He wants to be in the Navy, but he wants to be a medic in the Navy, which means he wants to be a Green Marine. He wants to be a Green Corpsman for the Marines. Because he wants to be a medic in the Navy. Or a medic for the Marines, but that means he's got to join the Navy. And so he is in JROTC, but the JROTC in his school is Air Force.
Yeah, and they're doing. He signed up to help with some extracurriculars and workout stuff. So instead of his once a week workouts like everybody else, he's doing like 3-day workouts.
Yeah, he signed up for a competition. There's a PT, a physical training competition. PT stands for physical training. There's a physical training competition that he signed up for.
It's Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
Yeah.
And so he's been training for it, and they are killing my poor boy.
Yeah. He's sore, which means that I have to make him dinosaur nuggets and ramen when he gets home.
Oh yeah, he's got to carve up for the next day.
No, he looks at me and he's like, please? Like 20 times until I say yes. I can say no, and he's like, but
I love
please?
you.
And I'm like, fine. You're so cute.
But I love you.
He's just so little guy.
It's just almost time to switch to a smaller brush here.
No, I think we should do the whole thing with that big old brush.
I can do the whole painting with this big old brush, but it's really hard to get into the details. This big old brush is really just for blocking in colors, like this. But I think we've done about all the damage we can do with the big brush. I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to dry this before we move to the smaller brush.